All right. Over the weekend, Black Label had an interesting phone call that came in. They had some very interesting criticisms of Black Label and of the rally of in Leon Valley there. And there's a few other stupid bullshit things that he stated. I did some digging around looking at this Bad Company channel and what he's done so far. And I can say this much. He's a full of load of shit, to be honest. Let's go ahead and tune into what this phone call over on Black Label's channel. There's going to be a link in the description if you guys want to go and check this out, timestamp. I'm also playing this back at 1.25 speed, so this way we can go by a little bit faster. On top of that, if you need to slow it down, there is an adjustment in the YouTube settings. Just slow it down to 0.75, and that should do it just fine for you. Or you just obviously go and listen to a regular speed over on his channel. But let's go ahead and listen in, and I'm going to give some nice little retorts here.
Hello.
Hey, yeah, hey, this is Bad Company, man. What's going on?
Oh, not much, man. Just doing my thing.
All right, man. Well, you asked somebody that disagree with you to call in, so I felt obliged to call you in. Now, you guys probably ain't gonna like what I got to say, but it's just what I've been observing. I've been a cop watcher for 2 years, okay, and
Here's the thing: when you go and look at his channel, there isn't a single cop watch video there on his YouTube channel. Now, he states he's got some sort of Facebook thing. I haven't looked into it. I pretty much have sworn off most of Facebook. And I only use it at certain intervals for certain communications. But I have no reason to go and try to look up a hidden group or anything like that. So let's go ahead and continue.
Completed a case which will end tomorrow, which will be my third case that I've beaten in the last 2 years. Now, I'm not going to go into me or whatever, but let me tell you where...
his third case that is beaten. He also just recently had a video that released where he sat there and said he took a plea deal because the prosecutor wanted to save face. Keep that in mind. I'll have a link for that in the description too.
Let me tell you, in my opinion, where you're hurting the cause, okay?
Mm-hmm.
First of all is that we got to deal with situations as they come up. I don't know why you get online and the first thing that you say should be free bail. You should be putting a call.
The deal with Bao, everybody knows about Bao. And on top of that, the Crowley incident where Bao is getting really hemmed up at, he dug himself the hole on that one. He endorsed a docs comment by pinning it on his YouTube channel. That really hurts him in that aspect. But then again, also, Bad Company sat there and stated that there was a few things that Bao is going to get nailed on, because he overstepped the line, supposedly, which I sort of disagree with on some of the little instances, and that will have to be for a separate video.
All out to your individuals, okay, for any help that we can get to bail, whether it be attorneys, whether it be freedom of information request, whatever it may take to get information on his arrest and get it in the public. You have a very big public audience, okay? You can actually get this word out. If you need help getting a freedom of information request copy, I can send you one. However, I do not know if you'll get your emails. But the fact of the matter is that what we're doing is, and I had this conversation with Jason Freeman, you left people hanging. And let me tell you why. Leon Valley, okay, was a disaster this weekend. How could have you have helped? You could at least been online.
I don't think Leon Valley was a disaster, in my opinion. The numbers that I was expecting was pretty much what showed up. I wasn't expecting a massive turnout. I was expecting only about a handful of people, to be honest.
Line, okay? At least covered it live for just a period of time to let people know what was going on. Whether you realize it or not, there are individuals out here that support these individuals that are out there in the hot weather. In my opinion, you have left bail hanging. You have let the individuals that are out there in the hot sun and in the heat, you left them hanging by not even covering them. You have done no research on any Leon Valley event or any other events. 2 days prior to both events, you end up missing. You're missing in action. But you're the first one in to comment on it as soon as everything lays down. I don't know what you call that, okay? But you're hurting the cause because you're not helping to rally the troops. What you're doing is that you're setting it up for people to go out, get arrested, and they get left hanging. I can't tell you how many times.
Okay. Now, here's the deal. With Leon Valley, the odds of being arrested were extremely, extremely low. With good reason. There was decent planning beforehand stating, hey, yeah, we're not going to go and cross these lines with our activity. That was pretty much what we're setting up in the first place. We're actually holding people back, saying, hey, yo, don't go past this point. In fact, if you go and look at my other channel, my main channel, I sat there and said, hey, here's some do's and don'ts. Enjoy yourself. Wear protection. Remember to carry yourself like a jury. You're going to be putting yourself in front of a jury. The odds of people that are going to sit there and cause problems now is going to be really low, especially at this last rally. In which case, no one really caused an issue from what I saw. So let's go ahead and continue listening to this bullshit.
People have been asking, where's Black Label Cop Watch in the chat rooms when we're actually watching it live? Contact Black Label. Where's Black Label? We don't see Black Label. The very least you can...
In my live stream coverage, I did not see anybody asking about Black Label. Everybody was asking about, where's David Warden? Where's James Freeman? Where's so-and-so? Other big names. Black Label wasn't even mentioned, I don't think. At least from when from the times I was able to pay attention to the chat.
Do if you want support is actually fighting for their rights. I'm sorry that your neck is hurting. I'm very sorry that you don't feel like it. I'm very sorry about what has happened to you. But you have to look at it with a grain of salt and say, what can I do to help? If you're really endearing to this cause, what can I do to help? I'm going to tell you how you can help.
Keep these words in mind. Keep these words in mind, what he's saying right here about Black Label.
Number one is that as soon as any one of them got arrested, you should have been asking your channelers to freedom of information request every damn video that was there. You should have hammered freedom of information request on the city attorney, to the county attorney. You should have been...
I don't think he realizes Leon Valley, since the last couple arrests, has been inundated with tons of public records requests. The fact that the person that they have hired specifically to deal with those issues is backlogged. We saw this with the Batosai when he went and tried to retrieve some records that he was requesting.
Writing letters. You should have been in contact with the FBI. You should have been in contact with these individuals, the DPS, and also the Rangers. I did. They were aware of the situation. But for some reason, not everybody's getting the message. And the reason why we're not getting the message is because, no, sir, I can watch videos on Free Thought Project, Crime Watch, police misconduct. I can watch videos up to date. What we need is to have somebody to spread individual messages about people that are actually going through this and asking and letting people know how we can help. Who needs money? Where can we call to get help with an attorney?
Let me ask you a question. Were you there at Leon Valley?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Now, let me ask you another question. If you are having, and mind you, the surgery that I had was very recent.
No, I understand.
I'm having very bad complications. Been in the doctors and I'm not using this as an excuse.
No, I'm not.
A lot of people would say that it's an excuse, but I've been to the doctors at least 6 times in the past week.
I understand. No, I totally understand that. I make reference to that. I totally understand, brother.
But at the same time, if I'm not available, I do have faith in the other brothers and the other sisters that are out there fighting the cause and also fighting the same situation that you're talking about that I'm lacking of, where, let's say, Gunner, James Freeman.
Okay, here's the thing. I know Ethics was doing live stream coverage of everybody. He wasn't even present in that area. I'm not present in that area. I was doing live stream coverage. And I got an okay size audience. And pretty much people that were looking for Leon Valley coverage, type in Leon Valley, guess what? My live stream was showing up, Ethics live stream was showing up, and everybody that was live streaming in the area was showing up when you typed it in the YouTube search. And you sorted by recent, what started in the last hour for new videos or new live streams.
We have Ethics, we have Sasquatch, we have all these guys that are out in Texas that are actually on the ground, that I have complete faith that they're taking care of things, and I do hear from them. And how do you know if I don't make these calls? How do you know if I don't talk to the individuals? If the individuals do contact,
we don't. We don't. And the fact is, how do we know that you are? So is this a little conspiracy that you only take certain phone calls? You only take the phone calls when people are ready to pat you on the back and say, "Oh, you're doing a great job. We love you," because that's what it appears like to me. So, but the fact of the matter is that there's a reason why Freeman didn't go. There's a reason why Ohio the Guardian 2.0 didn't go.
Absolutely.
There's a reason. Do you know why the reason is?
Absolutely.
If they would have stepped anywhere around that, they'd been arrested for just dangling their pee-pee around.
No, actually, they wouldn't have been arrested. It just would hurt their civil case, most likely, and they're advised by their attorneys not to go. So, obviously, you got that issue completely wrong. I've talked with them. I know why they didn't go, and it's not because the reason you stated.
On the parking lot.
Absolutely.
The message was sent.
The
The message was sent to these individuals, and the message should have gotten out to your viewers. The message should have gotten out. This is why they're not going. We need somebody to step up to the plate. We need people to get down there.
Do you watch every single live stream that I do?
I watch every damn one of them. I try to call in on everyone.
So with the one that I did prior to the Leon Valley date, did you watch what I said about everybody be very careful and be vigilant when they're out there? Okay. So the fact that I didn't say something to your liking or to anybody else's liking doesn't mean that I don't care about that movement. What it means is that there are certain things that I prioritize in my personal life versus this. If there's a call for me to go do my surgery in the next few days, I'm going to go take care of that because that's important.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't blame you.
The fact that you're having an issue where Black Label is, I'm not the only one. And just because, I mean, is it only because that people look only to the big channels, or is it only?
I don't know, Black Label. You tell me.
I have no idea.
I've sent you. I don't either. I've sent you about like 12 emails. People have sent you emails. We don't never get any response. We get nothing back from you. All we get is that tail in all these individuals on there saying, "Please send money. Please send money." What are you doing with the damn money? Why don't you take that money, go down to?
Here's the deal: the bigger you get, the more information comes in, more emails. There's no way you're going to be able to keep up with everything. I have a hard time just with my current size of 11,000 to keep up with all the stuff that pops into my direction. There's no way I can cover everything. Now, on top of that, I have a lot of stuff going on in my personal life away from the YouTube channel, away from doing live streaming, away from going out and doing First Amendment tests, doing the cop watching. I do what I can afford and what I can put time into.
Go down and send it to an attorney for bail to get his ass out, and then work a deal with bail and say, you know what, man, pay me back later. This is coming from the cause. Why aren't we?
Okay, well, let me tell you how much money I've given to BOW already for the cause, and it's been over $750.
Okay.
$750.
And you get that? Okay, so there should have been an agreement. Well, whose fault is that if I not set up an agreement? I'm going to give you the $750. I'm going to help you out, but you're going to give me back on a certain day.
No, I've never asked for the money back.
Okay, well, then that's your problem. What is the issue about setting up a...
Notice how he's sitting there and all of a sudden about, oh, why did you make an agreement to get the money back? Well, it's a little bit hard to talk with someone who's in jail to make an agreement to get paid back on money you give them. And as is, Black Label pointed out that he didn't have an issue with giving money in the first place. He has stated he's given money, and other people have stated that they confirmed that he's given money. So obviously, he just knocked down one of your major arguments, Bad Company.
General fund.
Hold on a second. That's my problem that I don't get the money back. There's many people here who's given thousands of dollars to the BOW situation.
Yes.
And you're telling me because hold on a second. He's still in jail because he chose to stay in jail. It's not because of me.
Yeah, exactly. He chose to stay in jail. He chose to sit there and not sign the paperwork, which you know what, to be honest, he should have signed that paperwork, got a copy of that paperwork, and the first thing he should have done is have someone make a copy of that and have that posted all over the internet. That's what should have really have happened, in my honest opinion. Okay, he couldn't touch the internet. He couldn't be around any computers. Well, guess what? You got friends that could be proxies for you. There's ways around that. You got to be creative. BOW, I know, he's creative. He's smart. He knows how to do stuff. I like the guy. Unfortunately, he's dug himself a hole with Crowley, with the antics that him and his buddies have pulled over there. But I know he's got the smarts. Hopefully he can come out come out a little bit ahead with all the stuff that's happened with Crowley. But I don't know, to be honest. I know he's going to walk away with conviction, but it's not going to be for the reasons that Bad Company thinks are going to be for the most part.
Or if anybody else in this community, it's all because BOW is making sure that he's not going to fall flat to the government. He's not going to, give in to their demands. And the fact, I respect that man. I respect him from doing that. They're telling him that he cannot leave the jail without having any internet connection. He's not allowed to video. He's not allowed to do whatever. He's not allowed to do anything if he wants to go.
Exactly.
But he made that choice.
That is the bed he made.
So how is that Black Label's fault? How is that my fault?
The thing is, that is Bao's choice. He's made those decisions. And yet we got a bad company here trying to lay his delusional problems that he thinks are at Black Label's feet, when Black Label has nothing to do with it. Black Label has done support for it. There's been quite a few people out there that have laid support to Bao and trying to help them out at where they can.
Black Label, okay, in your capacity that you're using as spreading information for the movement, should be mentioning Bao. Just mention his name. Please mention the individuals who are actually martyring themselves, because you know what? The people that are actually on your channel that are giving us money, these people are working tax-paying people.
To be honest, Bao isn't really martyring himself with the Crowley situation. And as I stated before, he dug himself a nasty hole with Crowley.
They got $10, $15, $20. They're sending you people, okay? I got in this with Freeman as well. They're sending you people. They're sending you money they don't have. Because you know what you guys have done? You started a movement to the small people that said, you know what, there's hope. Okay?
No, Black Label didn't start the movement. It started mainly on its own, several years. It started even before I got involved. And if anything, I would be considered one of the originals. Even though there were people before me. You have Duop Kamau, all the way back in the 80s. You had supposedly David V's dad, who was involved back in the 80s. Then you got Tom Zebra, started in the 2000s there. He might even been before that. Then you have On Your Oath, who started like around 2010. I didn't show up on the scene until 2013. At that point, there was only a handful of people you could probably count on two hands. Maybe on one, with one foot added onto that. There was barely anybody involved when I got involved. And it started growing slowly from there. Black Label just showed up on the scene, in the last year? Year and a half? He's not really a founder. He's not the person that's pushing it. He's just ended up becoming really big because a mixture of luck and decent strategy and the way he's doing stuff. I know how he got big. I sort of tried to tap into that at one point. But it was detrimental to my own health. So I had to stop doing that. But let's go ahead and continue and get back on track with what we're talking. Listen to this.
Black Label, your individualism, whatever, okay, is causing people to have hope. Bayo was screwed as soon as he said no to his lawyers.
Bao was screwed as soon as he pinned a docs comment with Crowley. And then on top of that, the other bullshit antics they're pulling with the judge that was overseeing apparently their cases. Yeah. Don't fuck with the judges that are overseeing your cases. It ends badly.
That was his call. That's his decision. Does anybody check on him? Does anybody check on his commissary to see, make sure that he's getting chips and dips and freaking sodas? Okay, Absolutely. Yeah. Why is that not mentioned? Why is it his?
Because there's really no need to mention it. People already know he's in jail. They're already sending monetary support to help him get through the whole jail issue. Being locked up, okay? Yeah. You are completely out there.
Why would that have to be mentioned as far as his commissary? I asked that same question.
You left him hanging. You left him hanging.
I will kindly disagree with you on that, because when I asked Ethics on the phone the other day when he called in, I said, "What's going on with the money? Is it being used for the commissary? Is it being used properly?" And he explained what was going on. The man who has control of those funds is in Texas. So how is it my job to
Why don't
find
you give
out?
an update to the people who are actually sitting the bail who watch your channel?
There's a lot of people that sit in this channel right here, right now.
Is it too much for you to just acknowledge them on a channel, or is this just about Black Label? Is this about a cause, or this is just about Black Label?
Now, let me ask you a question. If it's talking about acknowledgement, how much acknowledgement should there be? Is there a written rule in this movement that everyone has to do everything a certain way? Isn't that kind of counterproductive of what we're doing? We have the freedom to report news. We have the freedom
you're right. You can do whatever the hell you want to do.
Yeah, and the thing is he can do what the hell ever he wants to do on that part. And on top of that, guess what? Bao's not the only other one that's dealing with all kinds of bullshit. Let's see. We got Silent Citizen, who's still got that Air Force case going on. James Freeman, who's got several cases backed up going against him. David Warden of News Now Houston, he's got several cases going on. I have the Springfield case going on. Do you see me sitting there and going off about it every other week? Or at least every other day? No, I talk about it when I have a new fucking update about it. Otherwise, there's nothing to really say about it. Why does Black Label need to sit there and talk about Bao every single time he pops onto a stream? Literally repeating the same information that gets boring, monotonous, and guess what? It drowns out. It does you no good. Update every now and then. Maybe put out a reminder once every other week or something like that. Yeah, I can see that. That's justifiable if you got the time, if you can keep it on your mind. But as is, there's always new shit happening every single week right now. It's the middle of summer. It's hot out. People are getting busted constantly, left and right now. People's rights are being violated, or people are violating other people's rights. And it's not always the cops. It could be also other people. But let's go ahead, continue.
But I'm talking about the cause. And right now, okay, right now, as we see it right now, and you're handling your show right now in Texas, we don't want you any fucking where around here.
Bull fucking shit on that, Bad Company. People don't mind Black Label showing up. It means attention because he's got a larger audience, thank goodness, on that part. He managed to work himself up into a surprising large audience situation. That helps out on being a megaphone and spreading the word when something happens. And as is, I mean, I would love to be down in Texas. And bullshit, you can go sit there and say, oh, Bunny Boots doesn't need to be in Texas. No, I will show up in Texas when the hell I want to. You can't sit there and tell us other people they are not allowed or they're not wanted. Because guess what? You're speaking from your own opinion. You're just one dumbass. Yes, that's what I said. One dumbass that sits in front of, on his couch, well, on his chair with a cell phone, who can't even figure out how to do proper live streaming and showing documents trying to back up his thing, even though the documents prove that literally you took your a plea deal on that. And then you make up bullshit excuses. Yeah, I'm calling you out on that bullshit too.
We do not want Black Label around here. Because you know what? You're going to come and stir up shit that we got to deal with when you leave.
Wait. You at the beginning of the call, you said that you were a cop watcher.
I am.
What's your channel?
And y'all can't, huh?
What's your channel name?
Bad Company.
Okay.
So the fact of the matter is, it doesn't really matter. The fact is...
Yeah, it does matter. Because you have no proof on your YouTube channel of you going out and watching cops. All the videos on your YouTube channel is you sitting on your ass, being an armchair general for the most part, and criticizing other people. And then when you sit there and point to documents that supposedly prove you win, it's proving opposite. Oh no, I took a plea deal because they wanted to do this. Eventually I'm going to establish a reputation where they won't fuck with me. Bullshit. They know at least they get a freaking win. The prosecutors advance because they get plea deals. As I state many times before, the best thing an activist can do is to walk away with no convictions every single time they're holding the court on criminal charges. Because that is the only surefire way that they're going to have a win and establish a reputation that, guess what? He's going to walk away with no conviction every single time. There's no reason to go ahead and put another loss on my record. Okay, we'll just go ahead and say, dismiss this because he's too hard to handle. Or we're not going to be able to stick it because he knows the law and he didn't break it. Or there's going to be some little technicality where we're not going to be able to get it. That's where you win in that aspect.
Is that whoever supported the cause deserves some type of leadership from somebody. If it's not you, who is leading this damn charge?
There is no central leadership. And that's one of the big advantages that this movement has. It makes it very difficult to infiltrate or cause any kind of thing. First Amendment testing, auditing, there is no real leadership. There doesn't need to be. And the fact is, if there's people, cliques, and factions that form within it, okay, fine. Well, guess what? That's going to happen naturally when when groups get larger. And when it comes to things like Nair, they're just one of those small cliques or factions that will be a useful tool that people can approach and say, hey, yo, I have this issue. Can you help me out? And if it, goes along with it and they can provide support and have the ability to do it, yeah, then that will happen. As is, I have no problem working with several people on specific issues and causes. Like bad company. If your rights were violated and I have the ability to help you, yeah, I would try to do something. But if I'm not able to help you, don't expect me to be able to provide support when at times I can't even put support out there. I've been approached a couple of times in the past. Hey, I've had this incident. And I go, well, can you show me proof? Can you do this, that? And they go, no. Well, I'm sorry. I can't provide you support. I can offer you advice on how to improve your situation. And if you can give me hardcore evidence, I'll be able to provide at least maybe attention support and getting you attention for that issue. And in fact, I did that last year with, Where Are the Citizens or whatever. He had a really long ass title where his brother got locked up for filming an accident scene on a major highway, along a major highway there, not too far from where they lived. And I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Actually, I need to get a hold of him and see, and get an update on that. But let's go ahead and continue.
And what is our goal? Is our goal to go down there and get arrested? Is that what you want? Is that what you want to see? Is people go down there just so they get a video so they can get arrested? I'm sorry, that doesn't help.
No, my goal isn't to watch people get arrested. In fact, my goal is to advise people on how not to get arrested. And if they do get arrested, how to properly go about it where they maximize the ability to push back against the unlawful arrest, or hopefully it's an unlawful arrest. And I'm pretty sure Black Label doesn't want to see. In fact, he actually comments here in a second.
The cause. People help more when they're out of jail. You want people to know the law, okay? Well, then guess what? I'm sorry to tell you. I live in Texas, South Texas, and Southeast Texas all my life. They don't fucking follow the law. You're going to jail. There's a reason why cop watchers are not down here. Because they've either run out, they're in jail, or they can't come in here anymore. The seriousness of the situation that you guys have seen in Texas is there's not a cop watcher out there that is actually promoting this right now. Because the fact is that you guys don't know how the system works. You come down here, you got played, you can't come back in. Now you're screwed. Now you left all those people down there who sent you money hanging.
Nobody sent me any money as far as the whole BOW situation. Any money that I've received, I've given right back into the community.
Okay, great. That's what you should have done with it. But what about the other people? What about the other people down in the area? What about this? What about Mr. Joe, the waterman? Have you taken into consideration all that shit when he was helping out you individuals down there with the water? Are those individuals out with water?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Matter of fact,
do you realize how?
Here's the thing. People have been providing the water guy with monetary support. They show up and buy stuff from him specifically because he backs them up. People have been providing support to those companies that back us in what ways we can. That's where he doesn't get it. And down there in Southeast Texas, there are people that watch cops every now and then. The Batosai, he will stop and watch cops. He's done it in the past. Is he always active? No, he has work. He has a lot of stuff going on. He's not always out there patrolling. I don't always cop watch. You know what? I mean, how often do you see me go out there and go film people get arrested by the cops? I go out there maybe once, twice a month at the bar scene, and it's lucky if I have one every other bar hop cop watch. As is, you're delusional with what you're thinking. Your perceived reality does not match what the actual reality of the situation is.
How much fucking flack you take for it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But is that something that Black Label should be responsible for?
No,
is that something that my channel or anybody else is responsible for?
Your job is for information. You're not helping the cause. Your job is to spread information. That's the least you can do with your neck, with whatever.
Spread information. I'm pretty sure Black Label does a really good job at that already. He's always covering usually some new stuff going on and maybe updates to old stuff. Every time I've tuned in to his live streams, he's covering something going on. He's spreading information. The problem that you have is the fact that he's not constantly 24/7 talking about BOW because you're obsessed with BOW. BOW is not the only person that has got stuff going on.
you can do is you can spread the information, the truthful information. Tell the truth. Be vigilant. Be careful. That's bullshit.
Here's the challenge.
You're bullshit.
If you're going to say that I'm bullshit, then why don't you step up and take the reins in Texas? I bet you won't.
I sure will. But the fact of the matter is, you know what? There's nobody. You don't have anybody else in your movement you can send down here.
The next time that there is any particular activity that goes on, we expect to see Bad Company there leading the people.
All right. Let me tell you something. Okay, there you go, man. Thank you. I'm glad you know. Thank you for reminding me of that. And let me just make you aware of something. Okay? Very simple. I'm 100% disabled veteran. I live in my fucking wheels.
Here's the deal, Bad Company. You have a very small YouTube channel. And if you had a decently sized Facebook group, I maybe would have heard of it by now. Because I do pay attention to some Facebook groups out there. And if it hasn't even made a blip on my radar, because I keep my ear out for all kinds of shit, you have almost no pull. And I would love to see you bring in a bigger rally for Leon Valley. How about that? I would love to see you like triple the numbers that were there for the last rally. Can you do that? I highly doubt it.
Sure. I can barely get out to bed come in the morning. It takes me an hour and a half. But I can still get my ass on the computer and I can rally up more people to get down there than your ass and your so-called movement can do.
Why didn't you do that in Leon Valley?
Dude, I can't walk.
See? Oh, what's this? Now he's using his disability as an excuse. After he got on Black Label about his about his neck surgery and the stuff that he's got going on. Now he's starting to use his own disabilities as an excuse. And then he also tries and hides behind his veteran status and his veteran disabilities. In fact, quite often, whenever he's receiving any kind of negative criticism back at him, his response is, I'm a veteran. I went out and fought for my freedom. Well, guess what? You're not the only veteran on the scene. I'm calling your ass out.
Okay. But I have an issue with my neck, which is constant pain. I have to take.
I'm not talking about me and you. You asked me why I can't be there. I can't fucking walk, okay? I don't have any cartilage in my legs. I got a paralyzed sciatica. I got shrapnel that's still in my neck. If I move the wrong fucking way, then guess what? I can't get up. But this is not about who's hurt the most. You can do just as...
No, you just made it right there. Who is hurt the most? Sitting there and using your disabilities. And then you went off on Black Label right when you started calling in. Right in the first 5 minutes. 5-10 minutes. You're going off on him. I don't care about that. Yo. You're the one that's messed up. You're the one that's messed up.
As much. Probably more. To help these people that are out there fighting for the cause from the seat that you're sitting in. What did I do on Leon Valley? 25 letter.
It's not, guys. It's not about dueling disabilities. But the problem here that he's saying is that he's saying that because I'm a large channel that I'm not doing anything for the cause for BOW from over here, which I possibly can be doing more. Let me tell you something. I'm always gonna. This is just gonna be flat out the fact. And if you're saying that that I can't go down to Texas, they don't want me there. All I can say is kindly go fuck yourself on that, because it's not gonna be where I'm gonna be told I can't go somewhere. You're gonna be just as bad as the cops by saying that. But let me just say this.
Okay, let me say this first.
Hold on.
When you come down,
All right.
Yeah, Black Label is right for ending it right then and there.
He tells me to shut up. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it like this. Let me put it like this, guys. I had to mute him. All right. If anyone feels the opposite of what this guy's feeling, you guys can go let him know on his channel. If he's a cop watcher that he says that he is, then why would he tell me that I'm not wanted or needed anywhere else?
Okay. We're going to go ahead in that little coverage right there, and we're going to have a quick look at Bad Company's channel. Now, this was filmed, what is it right now? Give me a sec, guys. It is 1:01 a.m. I'm recording this on July 25th, 2018. And as we go through here, 1 month ago, this is all he has. Does any of these videos here, as I'm looking through this, does any of these videos look like he is doing any cop watching at all? No, it doesn't look like it. He's in a chair. in a chair, in a chair. He's literally the textbook definition of being an armchair general. What a joke. In my opinion, he is a joke. Yes, that's what I'm saying, Bad Company. You are a fucking joke at this point. And you sit there and you're constantly shouting, I'm a veteran, I'm a veteran. You know what? I rarely pull the damn veteran card. Now, I may talk about my medical issues that slow me down, but that's usually explaining why I'm not active and why I'm down. And why I don't have enough energy to go out and do stuff. But I still sit down and talk about various things. After I go out and cop watch. I actually go out there and cop watch. I actually go out there and do First Amendment testing. I don't see that on here. Either one of these things. And, oh, what's this? A subscriber count of 40. I'm looking at your views here. 200, 11, 13, 26, 14, 26. There's a 389 in there. What's actually, better yet, let's sort these by most popular. Let's take a quick look here. Let's refresh this. Most popular, 723. Look how quickly that sinks. Oh, man. Do you think this person here is going to rally more than 50 people to show up over in Leon Valley with these kinds of viewership numbers? I don't think he has much traction. I think he's just a bag of freaking hot air that's delusional at this point. And if you want to go ahead and take me on in verbal blood sports, Bad Company, guess what? My Discord's open. You come to me. I'm not coming to you. You have to pass the tech entrance that I set before everybody else. You get in my Discord and let me know, and I'll set up the live stream debate. But as is, I'm going to have fun tearing you into you on other issues. And I'll be calling you out on some other issues in other videos. You're my new little fun punching bag for drama. Because that's what you just did. You just hopped on the Black Labels thing to stir up drama. That's pretty much what I think. That's what I'm looking at. You had to get some attention. Well, guess what? I'm going to give you attention. Yes, I feel sorry for you so much that I'm going to give you some of your much needed attention. But as is, I'm going to go ahead and end this right here. And you guys, if you want to go ahead and check him out, I have the links. Go and listen to him. You tell me how much of it is delusion, how much of it is truth, and how much of it is just straight up stupidity.